Greetings, friends and fellow orcs. Iagra, the Orcish Fiddler here. How you doing tonight? I hope that you are doing well. SG, welcome in. I love the little link wave emote. It's very cute. Rapin, welcome in. And Val, welcome in as well. I hope that we're having a wonderful evening. Hey, Xenoburbs, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? It's good to see y'all. Are we ready for some more Ocarina of Time? Aw, Val, thank you so much. Thank you, Val, for the subscription. 13 months, wow. It's weird to think it's been a year. It is. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's definitely one of those things, like, it is definitely not required, and oh my god, I feel bad because I really gotta get on the emote game, like, so that y'all got, you know, some more emotes to use. I'm trying to find somebody who I can work with, that I can help out. He's going through some things, and I'm hoping that we can get organized and work on this soon. But you need some orc motes. I do need some orc motes. But yeah. It has been a year. Last week was actually my affiliate anniversary. Organized indeed. Wolf, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Hope that all is well. Just as a bit of a heads up, I may need to step away. Having some minor health hiccups, nothing major. Just something that happens every so often. Hello, controller? Okay. For a minute there, I thought my controller decided to stop working. Oh, and, my ISP was here earlier. We were trying to figure out, like, what the root cause of my network hiccups were. And I don't know that we're any closer to an answer. We've eliminated some things. He used a test box, from the modem, and was getting full speeds. He did it from the router, and at first it gave some hiccups, but then it sort of cleared up, and then everything was fine. He did it from the line at my computer, so my cable is fine. And then I did a speed test, and everything was fine. What was happening, I did a speed test once, and then I did a second speed test just to get more data, and it decided to throw up an error. And then after that, when I would do further tests, it would be throttled to like a quarter of the download speed. And I'm thinking, maybe it's the test server now that I think on that. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to sample multiple areas to see what's going on. Used to work that exact job the guy you talked to today did. Yeah, he was a pretty alright dude. Keppa, welcome in. We've got Ivan, our replacement for Navi, reporting for duty. I shall count on your reliable assistance for any navigation that we need. And we're probably going to need it. So, we've got 2 more medallions to go. The Shadow and the Light. Or no, the Shadow and the Spirit. Sorry, we have Light. And we have a decision to make. Oh, I'm missing a whole bunch of hearts. You know what would help if I had the window. Now, first you want to go northwest. Okay. Alright. That sounds like a good direction to go. This is the exact kind of directions that I would give myself, or at the very least, it's the kind of directions that I would give to Hungry Guria. And I have given to her before. Yeah. So I was considering that stupid chest. That stupid chest. Oh, I guess we have to relight all this at once. Well, that's strange. I thought they all stayed lit. Or, no, we were here as a child. Okay. Do we want to come back here and get that one chest that I missed? Or do we just want to move on? Because I don't believe that chest... Yes, Navi.
Listen.
Have you ever played the Nocturne of Shadow that Sheik taught you? Why, yes, Navi. Have you looked around and seen where we are? So, Ivan, how can we get Navi lost? Anyway. So yeah, so we have a decision to make. Do we want to go and get that one chest, just so we know how to get it, so that whenever we do a randomizer, we know how? Or just like shrug and say, you know what, we'll figure it out later. What do y'all think? In the meantime, can we give pets to Jason? We'll just stand in front of him appreciatively. Well, in the OG timeline, Link ran away to a whole other continent to get rid of Navi. This is true. So we just gotta beat the game so that we can get rid of Navi. You have near 0 Zelda knowledge, so you're just a happy bystander. Well, that makes you the perfect, unbiased person to chime in. Reppin', we're gonna give you this decision now. Do we go and get the chest we didn't get, or do we just move on? What do you think? Yes or no? Well, not yes or no, but chest or move on. Chest you didn't get. Okay. Reppin' has decided for us. Be right back. Sorry if I just made your life miserable. Oh. You'll see. Which chest? You'll see. There's one that I missed because my internet was screwing up and I didn't get a chance to get it. Wait, what? Why is my progress gone? Oh, wait a minute. Do I not do this as a child? Dude, I goofed up. No, I thought I did this as a child. Hang on. Hang on. No, 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 it's not the shadow temple. Oh my god. It's the bottom of the well. This is where we would go if we were just going to go ahead and move on. So, I lit that for nothing. Yeah, okay, so there's one chest in the bottom of the well that I did not get. Okay, it makes more sense you'd go back to Breath of the Wild. Oh, bottom of the well. You know, we need to stop using acronyms in this game. Can we use the lever? There we go. Okay. So the chest that we missed is this one here on B2. It's not important, but it will probably be a check in the randomizer. So I should figure out how to get it. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated, Keppa. No, because of that, you're using all the acronyms. Okay. I mean, as long as I can eventually understand them. I did figure out BOTW. Bottom of the well versus Breath of the Wild. Why am I not equipped with a shield? Oh, right, because some of them were fire bats, and I'm not going to risk losing it again. Oh, BS. All BS. Alright. Yay, magic. Yay, stick. Okay. So. Oops. B2. I don't have a, well, no, I do have a compass, but it only appears here. So. I need to be center-ish? Yeah, Navi, I know. Go back? Okay. So we're facing north. Is it one of the little hidden spots we gotta find, like, through here? Because we know there's, like, chests. Pile over there is bombable. Okay, there's a bombable pile. This bombable pile. Okay. Oh. Thank you. I would have never figured that out. Yay, bomb shoes. Okay. We did it! I'm going to forget that when I do a randomizer. How did I get in here? How do I get out? Oh, right. Did you go into the locked rooms in here? I believe so. Yeah, I used all the keys. Like, there were 3 of them, I think. Am I missing a Skulltula, though? Because once you do a couple, you'll get the flow of the quick clear down. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I am not nearly as familiar with this game as compared to something like Final Fantasy. So it's definitely a, remember all the things. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about the Skulltula. There's probably one. I got all the chests. I feel that that's good enough. Unless there is some objection, some critical reason for me to do more in here. this time we are all done. So, Ribbon's decision was good, as we were able to get into the bummable place and get the last chests. So now we are completed with that. Now we can go to do the thing with the stuff. That is not the right song. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I can't do this as a child. Wait. Wait. I get it eventually. Wait a minute. Is that right? Yeah. No. No, I need the Song of Light. The Serenade, the... Guys, I'm not going to be doing very well when I do this on a randomizer. I'm really not. Yes, Kapasagi, I'd eventually got it. Is there a quality of life thing where you don't have to actually try to memorize the stupid buttons and you can just go to the menu and push it? That would be swell. I think there's a SOH setting to click on this. Oh, that would be lovely. I'm going to do that on the randomizer. Thank you, Wolf, for the head pets. So I ended up not getting to bed until like 5 or 5:30. Because after we were done playing Project Zomboid last night, Chip and I just were sort of hanging out in voice chat and talking. And, yeah, so I barely got any sleep, and I'm very tired. I don't need blue, do I? We're gonna be green, Link. Play them keyboard getting kinky on you? What's wrong with your keyboard? What happened to your keyboard? Did we spill a soda on it? You will not elaborate? Okay. Wait. It's like I just need to remember like the first note or so. As for the malfunctioning, I think it just needs a good clean. Oh wait, I just realized something. Hang on. Oh no, I don't have it enabled. Never mind. So earlier I kind of mentioned how this is a room before you light all the fires. This is a room where you can go and you can actually like plug in your Nintendo 64's sound into a computer and capture sound effects from it. So I actually have like those kinds of sounds on my computer from when I recorded using a Nintendo 64. This was before the advent of emulators and, excuse me, like just directly extracting these sounds out of the game. But fun stuff. But of course, once you light the fires, they are permanently lit, and you cannot do anything about it. Iron, thank you so much for the reminder to stretch. And hydrate. Oh, that reminds me, did I mark? I don't believe I did. Oh, snack. Do I have room for a snack? I had a very big dinner. That's actually probably why I'm having health issues now. Yeah, I'm at 82%. I can have a snack. But yeah, thank you for the care package. I'll get up and then stretch. Because we're gonna figure out what our snack is going to be. But first, I should stretch my arm and my shoulder. Because Ivan will be back on. Okay. Hurry back. Otherwise, I'll get lost! Good stretch. Y'all should remember to stretch, too. And before I forget, because I did take my meds early, let's mark that, because normally I would hydrate at that point. Where are you? There we are. Okay, so we got that. Grab water. And we're going to do a lint ball randomizer. So Lindor is, or Lint Lindor. I don't know which is the company name. When you break the chocolate shell of Lindor, the lusciously smooth center starts to melt, and so will you. Enjoy Lindor, created by the Lint Master Chocolatiers, with passion and love for chocolate since 1845. Okay, so Lindt is the company. Actually, Linton's Sprungly. It's Swiss chocolate. I got it from... Yeah. So it's the dark chocolate kind. So there's regular dark chocolate, there's 60% chocolate, or 60% dark, and... No, wait. That's wrong. So, no, I'm right. There's dark chocolate, 60% extra dark chocolate, and 70% extra dark chocolate. And 70% is usually about as high go. So our snack will be a random ball selected from. So let me just sort of... What's the word I'm trying to use here? I don't know. Rope and juggle the balls. I can't think of a better word. I'm sorry. And our random selection... Oh, did I squish it? It's getting a little warm. Like, it was 70 degrees. Now it's down to 65. They're getting a little melty. Anyway, 60% is our randomized selection for our snack. So put that away over there. I will get back into my seat and mark the snack. We'll see what that puts me at. Add diary. Okay, so that puts me at 85%. So I still have room for more snacks later, should folk be inclined. But we're going to have a snack first, because it's going to make me thirsty. Chocolate. Oh. The inside is supposed to be a truffle, but it's too warm in here. It's more like just liquid. Yeah. It's not as satisfying nibbling on the balls when they're too soft. It's all melty inside. Still all good on the outside, though. But thank you for the snack. I nearly did a spit take, Keppa. I was taking a drink right at that when you said that. Okay, I'm hydrated now. Came back at the right time, apparently. So, the snack that Iron had redeemed, I decided on a Lint Ball randomizer. And I got the 60% dark chocolate. The problem is it's very warm in my room. I have not installed my air conditioner because we're still expecting some cold days. So it's a little warm, and my chocolate is a little melty. The inside is supposed to be like all truffle-like, but it's just liquid. It's not as satisfying. The outside's still satisfying, though. Anyway. Link, please. The shadow will yield only to one with the Eye of Truth, handed down in Kakariko Village. Well, no. It didn't yield. Well, I mean, technically I have it, but I imagine I could come in here without it, you know? This dungeon is very linear, at least. That's what I'm counting on. I just don't remember what I have to do. Let's see. That looks like a pit that we don't want to go down. Make my beak face the skull of truth. Oh, okay. The alternative is descent into the deep darkness. Alright, so that means we need to go and face you. Okay. Oh, wait, my camera did a weird thing. Okay. Now what? Oh, jeez. Cool, we did it. Only one who has sacred feet can cross the Valley of the Dead. Are you listening, Keppa? Oh, okay. Stumbled upon this. The feats, yes. One who gains the Eye of Truth will be able to see what is hidden in the darkness. Shadow Temple. Here is gathered Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. Really? Hatred? Who did you hate? Oh. Kill the bat. Oh. Stupid bat. Because of a Let's Play, I always say Hyrule's booty history. How did that happen? Just they misspoke, or? You found Orcish booty! Press start to get to the sub-screen and take a look at that booty. Thank you, Keppa, for the lucky orc pants. I hope that's with the orc of negotiable virtue shaking his moneymaker, that he has brought much luck into your life. Yes, I misspeak, also obligatory booty. Fun fact, those redeads used to terrify you when you were a kid. I mean, to be fair, they are kind of terrifying once they, like, if they get their attack in. It ain't great. So, I can empathize with that, Wolf. Blue chambers are places you have already visited. Okay, we know how a map works, thanks. Dead Hand was worse? Yeah, Dead Hand wasn't great. Thank you. arrows. Why are you giving me so many arrows? Okay, I want heart. I never refilled my life before I came in here, and then I'm gonna probably regret that. I got 2 heal potions, so that's fine. Shadow Temple. Here is gathered Hyrule's. Okay, yeah, we know. Thanks. What is hidden in the darkness? Tricks full of ill will. You can't see the way forward. I got this. Hang on. Whoop. There's head cats for wolf. What is hidden in the darkness? Tricks full of ill will. Can't see the way forward. Ending consent pending? Huh? Oh look, speaking of dead hand. Oh, you can use this to see him. Interesting. Well. Keyboard hurts the key. Oops, that hurt. Okay, bye. Oh, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, you're gonna come after me? No, the nightmares. Sorry. I will defeat your nightmares. There, see? I killed it. Oh, his head went backwards when he died. Oh, and he twitched. Did you see that? His body was twitching. Big on foul, bloody tofu monster. I don't think I want to eat tofu anymore. Well, not that I do it in the first place. Look, Kappa, it's the divine feats. You got the hover boots. With these mysterious boots, you can hover above the ground. The downside to no traction. You can even use these to walk for short periods where there is no solid ground. Be brave and trust in the boots. There's a lot of horror stuff in Zelda games. There are. Iagra got them sacred feats. It's true. One who gains the Eye of Truth will be able to see what is hidden in the darkness. Yes, we know. Oh, there it is. That doesn't mean I know where I'm going, though. Eventually, we'll loop back around to where we've been. Is this exit? Yes, okay. I'm expecting we'll need iron boots as much, so... Really? here. I thought I was being clever. Wait. How is it the bomb chews don't have the same level of explosive power as a regular bomb on those? That's weird. I have never encountered that before. I just never tried it before, and I thought, I'm gonna be clever. No, apparently I'm not as clever as I thought. Okay, Navi. What you want me to do? It's either this or Song of Time. Oh. No. Sorry, I kind of have to go by ear, and that means I faff around a lot. Jeez, okay. Well, the Song of Time is Summon Jason. Or Storms. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, do I have to do Song of Storms next? Shoot, what was the Song of Storms? Okay. Oh, a fairy. Hi. I don't strictly need your help. Yeah, actually, no, you want? Help me. Touch me. Touch me! Thank you. Alright. Now... Are all three of these? Nope, just these two. Okay. Let's go this way. Oh, jeez. No, no, they're gonna get me. Oop. I did not give consent. Nice freeze frame. I did not give consent. And I know I could just use the Sun Song and stun them, but that would involve actually remembering what it is. More like the song of scaring the daylights out of our orchestra, am I right? So I will say, if you were to do something like that, if I were to stream Project Zomboid, which I was half considering doing today, that would be a good time to scare the crap out of me. But yeah, HG's community had started a Project Zomboid server that I was helping SG set up, and it has been fun, and also kind of tense because zombies, and yeah, it feels like there's a lot more... Oh, you came back. It feels like there's a lot more risk, I guess? A lot more tension. Oh, goody. Well, I missed! That was terrible. Oh. Ooh, no. Navi trying to lead me to my destruction. Did I miss it again? I missed it again. Well. Yee, that was close. How do I get up here? Navi has a dark side. She does. This is why I trust in the... Oh, okay. Navi is the dark side. You're not wrong. Oh, there we go. Okay, I see how to do it. Game. There we go. Let's push the correct button. There we go. Really? Where was that door? It's over here. Key? Cool. Now what? Do we go down the hole? Do we explore the depths? This wall, it's saying something. It says, if you want to see a ferry to the other world, come here. Okay, so that's just a bit where I lose health. Okay, we're done in this room. No, don't touch me. Yeah, I dodged. Okay, let's grab a bomb. What? You take 2? Oh, shit. Oh, wait, it has to be a direct hit? Can I have another fairy? I can! Yay! Touch me! Bombable wall? You dum-dum! There we go, okay. And that is where we use the key. Oh, I don't like that sound. Hi. Can I eat your heart? Yay, I eat your heart. See, there's no telegraph for that. They just go through the ceiling. There's not even a hole that you can see through that. How rude. Yay, this hallway? Oh, no. No, down, the link, down. I needed to go this way anyway, thanks. Watch out for the shadows of the monsters that hang from the ceiling. Oh boy. Oh, okay, so just strictly there. A big room with lots of things happening. Oops. What's over here? Oh, nothing. Okay. Cool. What? No. You jerk. Thanks. Can't. Staff blows? Are you okay? I want to do that. How come I can't do that? Do I have to bomb you? Nope, nope, okay. Well, that's fine, because I just threw the bomb over the cliff. The French Revolution room. Yeah, kind of. Okay. More fairy friends? Yay! Touch me! Touch me, friend. Yay. What's going on over there? Oh. Wait, is there anything I have to do over here? Yes. Oh, this is just to get out. Hang on. Jason just sort of floating there. Is this a... Yeah, there's something in here first. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Oh no, it's you! Hi. I don't want to deal with you like with this. Hang on. I might have that thing in the way. Oops, missed. Give me your rupees. I don't need them. I regret it. This is probably going to be Song of Time. Nope. Give me heart. Just one. Thank you. There's stuff in the other corners. Those look like actually bats, so... Wait, what? No, dummy. There we go. Hey, listen! Exactly. I wonder if there's anybody with a listen text emote. We can combine those two. Buttons. Why do I want to invite in my party anyway? Jeez, really? We're just shooting them point blank. I should be able to just squeeze along the edge here. Oh, hello. Yeah. Whoops. I don't know if I would call that a bullseye. My aim's typically pretty off. Oop. See what I mean? Yay, 5 rupees. Oh, okay. Yay, arrows. Well, they're checks. I'll need to get I need to remember to do that. Yep. My orcish senses were tingling. so I figured it out. Oh, am I gonna have to deal with you again? Did you respawn? Can I just push you off the edge? No. Well, since that respawned, I'm gonna get my heart back. Uh-oh. Whoops. Oh, really? Whoops. Caution, gravity. Praise the pit. Oh no! SG, look what you did! Praise the pit times 2. No, I'm not dealing with you. Oh, that's garbage. Okay, now I have to fight it because I need the fairy. So I'll fight it. I'll be legitimate. Nope, I did not want to do that. Trying to get over to this side of you. Okay, well. There we go. If only you had an item to let you hover above the ground. Oh yeah. Thanks for the reminder. I mean, I did catch the edge of it. I probably would have been fine, but yeah. No, touch me! Touch me! No, don't go into the wall. Thank you. You know, I should probably just keep walking when that happens. Well, I think I needed to go just a little bit higher. I got impatient there. The Snaffles is like, what, don't you want to play with me anymore? Okay. So there's 3, 4, where's 5? Can I just bomb you? Okay. Oh, there's 5. Jeez, Jason. That's why we call him Jason. He just sort of appears out of nowhere. Do we need... Let me grab this real quick. Do we need to do anything over there? Where does that lead? And we'll see if we need to go there later. Okay. Back here? No. Okay, you're somewhere else. That's fine. What do you say? Only one with the eye of truth will find the stone umbrella that protects against the rain of blades. Well, that's a choice. Oh, do I gotta keep doing it? Okay. Hang on a second. No, I wanna... can't climb. Ah. Oh, there you are. What if I wanna go this way? I'll take bombs. I'll take heart. This is a weird protrusion. I don't know what this protrusion is for. Link hates clay pots. He really does. But he gets rewarded for destroying them, so it's like they're encouraging bad behavior. Wait, what? Is it not going any further? Oh, right, okay. That makes sense. Oh, now you let me climb it. Okay. No, 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 what are you doing, Link? Okay, well, if it's gonna let me climb, then I need to be a little bit more this way, I think. Don't I? Right? Yeah. No, not grab. Okay, how about this way? Can I go this way? No? What? What is going on with this thing? Just look out. Okay, don't look out then. Why climb here? What? Okay, well, anyway. Okay. And that brings us to 50. So we'll get the last thing since the 100-point Skulltula reward is not worth it. Okay, now. Go this way. Yay, another check, I guess. Well, there's 2 more chests in here somewhere. There's one. Hey, there's a key. So I got one more. Let's see. It is somewhere over there. Hidden over here. In here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yay, arrows. Well, we got the key we needed. Neat. Oh, move. This is fine. So now we need to go... Where was it? Somewhere over there. I don't remember where exactly, though. Where was it? Wait, do I have to go up there? What am I supposed to do? Oh, you're gonna make me miss my, my elevator. Stop it! Okay. Okay, we go this way. No. Stop. Open. Oh. Oh, yay. Well, you're gonna make it a little bit of a pain in the ass, aren't you? That worked. Yay, another check. There's a trick to this room only in Rando. Oh yeah, what is it? Well, I can just jump there, right? Oh wait, no, just cover. Yay! Oh good, it put me back on the floor. Where are you? There you are. This room expects you to have the long shot, but you can complete it with just the hook shot. Oh, interesting. Oh, I don't have a key. Whoops. There's a door over there. Yeah, I know, Navi. Thanks. There's a giant skull with blue fire. Am I gonna have to empty one of my potions? Or no, that's not. Never mind. Blue ice, and I saw that. Yeah, hi. Hearts! No, wait. Ow. Where's the other heart? Did I eat it already? Aw. That bat was particularly juicy. I wanted to eat the rest of it, but alright. It's fine. Bats are done. Can I throw you in here? Oh good, it gave it to me. There's the key. Involves opening that small chest, then backflipping on top of it, and you can just get the hook shot target in range with hook shot. Ooh, that sounds complicated. Oh, I need to kill you, don't I? So, opening the small chest. Oh, black flipping on top of it. You know, it would help if I aimed. Really? Really? It helps if I remember how to do a backflip and aim. Okay, Jason is kind of in the way here. Nope. Nope. There we go. Okay. And then with this, you can get that with the regular hookshot, right? Is that what you mean? That's not as complicated as I thought it would be. Yep, cool. I will have to remember that then. Is that in logic? Does it, does the logic expect you to be able to do that? No! That was a mistake! I only mentioned it because you think the rando assumes you know to do it in logic. Okay. I appreciate that. I had a feeling something like that might have been the case. Okay. Well, now we got the key. Where were we trying to go? Oh, no, I'm going the wrong way. I'm being dumb. I'm sorry. Come over here. Now I have to come back here. That's what I needed to do. Because of the key lock door. I was so interested in what Keppa was saying for the doing this early. Oh, dang it. That I kind of just spaced on, you know, the reason why we were doing this in the first place. Oh boy. I'm not gonna need iron boots. Stompy. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be fun. No. What? No, don't fireball. What? Okay, stop being on fire, please. Let's see. I bet that barrier spell would have been really handy to have right around now. Wait, can I? Random? Huh? I'm not sure what you mean by that. A keen archer, I am not. Okay, this just doesn't work. Oh, Neiryu's love eyebrow waggle. Right, yeah. I wouldn't call it that because it's more like a prism that you're stuck inside. Okay, well, we'll do this way then. You're gonna stomp before. That was needlessly complex. Here, I can hear the spirits whispering in this room. Those who have sacred feet should let the wind guide them. Then they will be led to the hidden path. That's what they are saying. Okay, well... Hold the horses. Dude really on Twitch talking about sacred feet. Yeah. Do I need to make a channel point redemption for it? Don't answer that. I know what Keppa's answer will be. Cineburbs, thank you for the snack. What should we do? Should we do another Lindt chocolate randomizer? Oh, rain was apparently not the answer. Whoops. Wow. Making you wait so you stop talking about feet. Yes, let's talk about snacks. Actually, what is the song that I'm looking for? Song of Time. There we go. Do we do a Lindt randomizer or different chocolate? Okay, Navi, I don't know what you want. What kind of snack am I having, Zeno? Am I having randomized chocolate or peanut butter chocolate? Sure, you don't even know what Navi wants. Okay. Random? Okay. Let's go get one. I should just probably bring it over here. Although it is an excuse to get up and stretch my legs, so there's that. Okay. So there is... Let me get my headset back on. The randomizer has in it 2 regular, 4 silver that are 60%, and 1 gold that is 70%. Let's see what we get. We got silver, 60%. I'm sorry, I bumped my mute and did not realize it. But I'm eating the chocolate now. I randomized it and I got a 60%. I don't even know when I accidentally hit the button. I'm sorry. But yay! Delicious chocolate. It melts outside of your mouth. We did, Reppin. Welcome back. You were 70 minutes ago turned into dinner prep and eating dinner and 2 episodes of Seinfeld and Locke cuddles. We'll give Locke some head pets and a hello for me. But it's all good. What did you have for dinner? We had barbecue ribs. A lot of barbecue ribs. It was... How many grams of meat was that? Okay, I don't need ads. Zeno! You're making me eat all the snacks, but you need the snacks. Eat the snacks. Have a snack. You might as well say 400 grams of beef back ribs barbecued. They were good. Pork with cheesy rice and yeasty buns. Yummy. Working on a paper? Oh, I didn't know. Well, how's the paper going? Peppa had chicken pasta. I wonder if Wolf is listening. He's always very interested and excited to see what delicious things we are eating. Alright. So it's not... Oops, wrong button. Well, Buenos Aires, so yeah, that's fair. What was the sun song? That's not the sun song. No, what am I doing? Paper's fine. It's not due for another month or so. There we go. Sun song. It's not due for another month or so. You just hate feeling like you're putting things off. No, I totally get that feeling. I'm the kind of person that prefers to get any deliverables, like, out of the way as quickly as I can, so that I can just spend time being lazy. I am the... excuse me. I am the kind of lazy worker that you want to hire because I will find ways to streamline and make as efficient as possible my workload so that I can be lazy. Because I don't want to work hard. I'd rather just get it done and then relax. But then you have to strike a fine balance between how quickly you get it done, because then you'll be like, oh, well, if you can do this much work in this much time, and you've now got time to be lazy, we're going to give you more work. And it's like, y'all don't realize that there's this thing called decompression. So there's a compression phase and a decompression phase. I compress to get the work done, and then I decompress so that I don't burn out. It is a delicate balance, Reppin', absolutely. So I have learned not to work too hard once I've gotten down pat exactly how to streamline all the things. Because if you are too efficient, then you'll be taken advantage of. It would be great if humans didn't do that, but they do. So they only get just enough out of me. Ooh, there's a chest. Yay, another check. Okay, well, I think that's all we're gonna get out of here. Okay. No, you're gonna set me on fire, and I hate it. Oh, okay. No! No, 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 no. Oh, I dodged. I didn't know I could do that. Okay, well, you lied. What about you? Or do I have to, like... You jerk. Do I have to keep going in that direction? Hang on. Hang on. There it is. Okay. Is there... Well, okay, we'll just do it here. Stop it. No. There. Are these bombable? Do I bomb these? Well, I can. It didn't do me any good. Oh no, it did do me good. I'm learning! I feel accomplished. Stop screaming at me. I did good. Ow. Well, thank you for the hard F you hit me. my hitbox apparently was not there anymore. That's kind of hilarious. They grow up so fast. Don't they? Thank you for the 3 int. Are you... Hang on. Okay. It's probably up here then. Oh wait, can I just go up here? There we go. Wait, hang on. Where are you? Oh god, the camera, why? Are you up here? Where are you? Oh, I can't turn that on when I'm climbing, okay. Oh, that was something I noticed too. Wait, okay, hang on. Oops. Do I do this thing first? Wait a minute, there's a ladder over here. Oh, okay, I see. I see what I'm supposed to do. Climbing up that way is a shortcut to the top. Okay. I really wish it wouldn't do that. Like, just let me look forward. Okay. It resets the block if you haven't completed the puzzle and makes you go through the whole dungeon again. That sounds terrible. Really? I don't strictly need the Skulltula, but it's fine. So I guess I can go this way now. Unless I want to try... Hang on. Let me try something. Oh, this is a ship. I think I get on the boat. But I'm going to get on the boat in a minute. I want to come over here first. There's nothing that way? Okay. Well, I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. Yeah, you said it was a shortcut to the top. I'm guessing it's, like an exit or something to, like, get out or something. But... Don't mind me. Sorry, I wasn't finding the first note. The room with the spinning blades had one invisible hole that you didn't jump down. That's where that goes. Okay, I gotcha. 3 intelligence is incredible. It does take a certain amount of effort to maintain high 3 intelligence. Whoops! That was almost a mistake. Oh no, we got 2 of you now. Can I just wait until the ride's over? Like, I don't want to deal with you jackasses. Bye! Flink, the ship is sinking. Get onto a shape. Okay, hang on. Nope, too late. Thanks, Navi. You gave me lots of time for me to react. Let's try that again. Kappa is right, Navi is the dark side. Yeah. She's like, Link! Look out! Navi catching strays. Yeah, it's like, you could have warned me sooner. But no, she was all like, oh no, Link, the ship is going down, and you're going to go down with it. Did you? Well, there goes one. Ow. There. What? Oh, that's Jason. Never mind. Oh, gosh. Well. Oh, yay, it's you. Oh, there's walls. Oh no! I'm not gonna be able to get any of you. That's fine. Wait, what's the blue flame? Never mind. Stop it! Stop draining my magic. No, you jerk. No, god damn it. You know what? I don't need to deal with you jackasses. It's fine. Yay. I wasn't ready for you, you jerk. I was busy. The other one. Giant X things with chains. Yay, key. Care to chime in, Rapid? I need more hearts. Not gonna get them out of this room. Oh, you're back. Well, actually, you never left. I just didn't deal with you because you suck. Cage key? Oh, no. I know what this is going to be about. I don't like this one bit. It's fine. It's like a carnival game. Wait a minute. Where am I hearing you? There you are. We'll get you anyway. Okay. Time for Let's Play Nonsense Game. You jerk, you could have given that to me. I'm just terrible at this game. just fling it. There. That's one. What do you mean, buzz buzz? Ooh, eat. I got so confused by the buzz buzz. I was just sort of standing there with a bomb in my hand, just sort of thinking about that. It's like, what? I'm letting these go a little bit too soon, too quickly. Cool. I did a good. Hey, money. Oh, is that all I was doing? I had to do it in the right order or something to get money. How was I supposed to know that? Can I eat your heart? No? Okay. Was that it? Was that the whole point of this room? This room only has the skull tool on. Oh. Okay. Ow. Okay, we need to go and find a room that has a key. Or a lock. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna duck out real quick and figure it out. Let's see. No? No? Huh. So it's not a thing that you see that in. Hang on. There's a chest over there. What tools have I got at my disposal? Oh, I know. It's made of wood, right? There we go. They don't really throw the burn wooden things at you often enough to really remember that. I mean, I get that they're trying to be clever, but, like, how often do you do that outside of the Deku Tree? And maybe a couple other spots, like you have to light some torches here and there. But, like, I don't know, outside of lighting torches, how many places do you actually do... Oh, let's, get that off of the button. I need to go in that direction. But how often do you do burn wood to progress kind of things? I don't know. Okay. Okay, bye, arrows. Can I... Nope. Oop, nope, stop. Became more of a thing in the Wind Waker, yeah. Okay, well, do we just run across? That's gonna be a no. What is this? Is this where we go across? Oh wait, thanks Navi. You were a little late. You jerk. Okay, Navi, what were you looking at? So is Scarecrow required in order to do this? Like, if you skip this, are you boned? No? Okay, well that's relief. That's relief. Look at the other pillar. Can I solve the mystery? Oh, there's bombs. Okay. Yeah, that just breaks the pillar. I got it. Okay, what do we want for this? I don't know why I played that. Stop it. Bullying me. Yes, I know. Look, I'm working hard to work up to 4 intellect. It's not easy. I'll get there one of these days. Maybe even someday I'll reach 5. I want to say time. I'll get you an int headband for your next birthday. Aw, thanks, Kappa. I'll probably forget by then, so you won't have to actually do it. Hang on. Okay, Navi, what are you so interested in this wall for? Excuse me. You know what, Navi? It doesn't matter. I don't care. Like, I was hoping it would be a fairy or something, but I'm not expecting that out of a wall. Can I have this, please? Gee, thanks. Why do we still have those on? Oh yes, the wall is made of wall. I mean, is it? Is it though? Hang on a second. I will be right back. Sorry. It is like 80 degrees in my room, and I'm wearing sweatpants, so I had to switch to shorts. So that's a little more comfortable now. Okay. Wall. What is your mystery? God damn it. I keep hitting that instead of start. Listening? Yeah, I mean, there's not much to it. I just, you know, I took off my sweatpants and I put on a pair of basketball shorts. Because they're comfortable. Okay, Navi, you know what? You're just a terrible navigator. Oh boy. Wait. Okay, here we go. I'll go down there yet. I got this. I hope I do. It's been a little while since I did this. Bongo bongo, you all. I don't do anything to the hands, though. Dang it. Wait, can I just do this? Okay, well that worked. Jeez. I haven't even done any damage to this boss yet, and I've already needed to use one of my red potions. Hang on, do I need... Also, you do 3 freaking damage. God, this is annoying as hell. Thanks, Navi! Fucking... Could you possibly focus on the boss? I guess you're not able to... I'm not very fond of it either. Fucking targeting! Shit, I didn't get any time at all to hit him with the sword. Turn around, you idiot. Oh, fuck. That does not fucking dodge. There. I hate this boss too. Darkness consume you, you piece of shit. Give me your heart, I'm going to eat it. Thank you for the GGs. My hands are all sweaty now. That was more a frustration in controls. Like, I had to respond, like, a little bit more quickly than I would have liked. That was a little bit more intense than I was aiming for tonight. Hi, the boss that was protecting you is a piece of shit. And I'm not happy to see you. The boy with the noble Zelda's Ocarina. As I expected, you have come. I am Impa, one of the Sheikah, however you want to pronounce it, I don't care. I am Princess Zelda's caretaker, and I am also the sage who guards the Shadow Temple. We Sheikah have served the royalty of Hyrule from generation to generation as attendants. However, on that day 7 years ago, Ganondorf suddenly attacked, and Hyrule Castle surrendered after a short time. Ganondorf's target was one of the keys to the Sacred Realm, the hidden treasure of the royal family, the Ocarina of Time. My duty bound to me to take Zelda out of Ganondorf's reach. When last I saw you, we made our escape from the castle. Let me try that again. When last I saw you, as we made our escape from the castle, you were just a lad. Now I see that you have become a fine hero. There's nothing to worry about. The princess is safe now. Soon, you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face, and she will explain everything. That is when we, the Six Wise Ones, will seal up the evil king and return peace to Hyrule. I have to stay here. You go to Princess Zelda's side and protect her on my behalf. Now, I put my power, which should be helpful to you, into this medallion. You've received the Shadow Medallion. Impa awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. Please look out for the princess. You're winner? I am winner. A winner is me. That was a right royal pain in the ass. Yeah, tee-hee-hee to you too. More progress being made, though. It's true, we've only got one more to go. Unfortunately, I don't know how to deal with the Gerudo there. The curse has been broken. Thank you. Here's a reward for you. Yay. Thank you for saving my kids. What? Me? Oh, that's okay. You have already destroyed 53 spiders of the curse so far, so that's fine. Don't worry about me. Okay, I won't. Bye. Enjoy your spider life. You still have to do the Twin Rova? Yes. That's going to be in Spirit Temple. And there's 2 parts to it. I have to do some stuff as a kid, and then I have to do stuff as an adult. Had to step away. Did we do the thing? We did do the thing. It was a pain in the ass. I need to restock on arrows. I was doing a lot of close-up arrow usage, or bow usage, and I didn't need to. Like, I could have just swung my sword and it would have stunned it, and then it would have gone to the next phase. But it was supplying some arrows, so it's whatever. I want this stuff in the jars. Give me stuff. Give me stuff. No, not that. Arrows. No, not money. Fine. He was hoping we wouldn't have to go back to it? Yeah, I was hoping so too. What am I doing next? Think I have to go there as an adult? Well, you spawned way out there. Yes, that is how we make the horse go forward, by jumping off of it. Good job. Whoops. I missed. Yeah, okay. Stop. Stop. And I thought the tank controls for cars in Project Zomboid were a pain in the ass. I hope they never add horses to that game. Could you... Oh my god, horse. I barely have any arrows. I probably should have refilled them somewhere. Oh well. This is fine. Look, I got 500 rupees. Can't I buy my way through this nonsense? Behind the tent in one of the corners, there's a Song of Storms grotto. Time to sign off. Have to get up extremely early. No worries, Wolf. Thank you for popping in. I hope that you have a good night's sleep with lots of pleasant dreams, and we will catch you later. Nighty-night. I'm going to do my best to save Hyrule. Okay, let's check out the grotto. Is the grotto going to have a check in it? look. You know what I need to do is refill my empty bottles. Oh, over here. No? Behind one of the corners. Oh, at one of the corners. Okay. The grotto is unmarked. Okay. It didn't trigger my rumble stone. My stone of agony. Green potion? No. Red potion for 40 rupees. Wait, I'll write you... Okay, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is fine because I needed to come here anyway. Jason, could you get out of the way of the happy little hole? Thank you. You've acquired orc dinner. Awesome. I forget, did you say what you were making for dinner? My brain is not braining very well tonight. Okay, now I just need a fairy. Can I use explosives and find a fairy? I wonder what's hiding over here. This looks like it should be a thing. How did I handle these before? Oh, the hammer, right? Oh, never mind. Bah. I guess I need the bracelet or whatever to lift them. That's a pain in the ass. Sundered flesh of my enemies, ground beef. Grains reaped from local villages. Rice and roughage. Broccoli. Sounds delicious. I didn't know that you had it in for cows, though. They need a couple of... Oh! Oh, thank you, Keppa. Most Zelda teaches you if it doesn't work in one smack, then it's probably not going to work. Oh, hello. What are you? Yay. Okay, well, that was fun. I don't know where to get a fairy. Figure it out later. That'll remind me. Actually, I don't want to save in this spot. I want my save to be over here. Hang on. I don't know if it matters that it's night. Game? Okay. Okay. Now, Ivan, help. I do not remember the strategy for going after these ladies. I do know that if they hit you with their wind-up attack, it's an instant down, and then you get to be thrown into jail. Which, you know, not that they can keep me there, but I'm trying to remember what I do to actually take care of them. And I actually looked in my little Nintendo Power thing here, and it is completely worthless. The rando, this is set to fast, so you only have to do this first trim. Oh, that is lovely. As Link stepped out into the field, he was arrested and tossed in jail. He escaped using the launch shot, but now knew the fate of the missing workers. The labyrinthine halls of the fortress were patrolled by guards that were on the lookout for intruders. The only way to stun the guards was with an arrow. Link freed the workers from captivity one by one. Link's battle prowess did not go unnoticed by the Gerudo. He had earned their respect and was awarded honorary status. Yeah. So I know how to stun them. Oh shit, I've only got a few arrows. I hope I find more. Oops. I made a mess. Take a pill real quick. Oh geez, I just realized it's catching my gulps. I'm sorry. I didn't think I gulped that loud. Hookshot would also work to stun them. Okay. Let's see what we can do then. Yeah, shoot, I didn't block in time. You stay back and jump to attack after they whirl forwards. Okay. Yeah, and unfortunately... Oh, they don't give me any hearts. That sucks. Can we please turn around? How many of these stupid people do we have to save? Four? Jeez. How about I get you to do your jump attack so that I can... Yeah. Okay. How many hits does it take? Oh, shit. I let go too quick. I fucking hate this. 3 or 4. Can I just, like, clip into the cage and just talk to them and that'll free them? That would be great. Gotta dodge out of the way during the wind-up. Yeah, well, my problem was that I dropped my guard. You know, it helps if I have my sword out. God damn it. Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, these are some of the more frustrating parts of this game. Thank you. Really? Clink? Okay, so that seems to do better. Yay, thank you for that. That tactic works a lot better. Hi, get the fuck out of here, you asshole. We were really interested in joining their all-female group, but they locked us up like this just because we're men. We don't care about the Gerudo anymore. They're so rude. 3 of my fellows have also been captured. Great, so there's 4 of you idiots. So please help them escape too. How are you gonna get... Never mind. That sounds to me like, how are you gonna get past the ones that are out there? But you know what? Oh look, arrows. Poor carpenters just wanted to transition. Did they? Like, I know that they're kind of coded as effeminate, but... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I need arrows. No, stupid. I need arrows. This is exit? I don't want to go to exit. I don't think. Hi! Bye. It's my head cannon, you're sticking to it. Okay. Oops. God damn it. Here. How is this gonna do me any good? Do you stay down? Or do you come back up? I need to know that. Oh, get up. She got a little sparklies over her head, so I'm assuming that you're not getting up. I'm assuming that you're down. No, you flink. Really? Really? Believe they stay down. I sure hope so. Really? I want to move. Okay, game, can I have some more arrows now, please? Yes, Navi. No, that's not Sun Song. Jeez. Oh, fairy. Wait, no. You don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. Come here. In the bottle. Please. Don't touch me. Get in the bottle. Get in the bottle. No. Where'd you go? No, you asshole. Come back. Can I make another one appear? Damn it. That fairy is too thick to get in the bottle. Oh, jeez. Crying out loud. This ain't even a joke, literally too big. Gimme. No, gimme. Gimme. Are you kidding me? Man, game, fuck you. Clearly the developers were not testing this area thoroughly enough. Link it up. Well, I hope I don't need arrows. Also, that's kind of neat. Because I came in right when the sun was going down, it saved the sun position, but it kept it at night. Could have gotten on the table from the other stuff. Oh, okay. Well, I tried, but I failed. So, that's whatever. I'm not going back in there, because then I'd have to stun them again. Wait a minute. I just went back in there. I don't want to go back in. What are you doing to me, game? Oh, boy. Alright, hang on. I have no idea where you come from, but you must have a lot of guts to make it past all the guards around here. All of my fellow carpenters are imprisoned somewhere in here. If you can get us out of here, we'll repay the favor somehow. But be careful. There's sure to be Gerudo guards somewhere around here. Woo, watch out. Can you fucking... Thanks, Navi. You're a real pal. That's so much easier. Thank you for that technique, Peppa. I very much appreciate it. Hi, give me arrows. Or I will cut out your heart. You're cute, kid. Thank you for coming to save me. I'm Jiro the Carpenter. These women are so scary. I'd rather work as a carpenter than join them. I can't wait to say goodbye to this place. 2 of my buddies are still being held prisoner. Will you please get them out too? Look, I don't care if you called me cute. I don't care how much you compliment me. You're still a jerk who got himself caught in this and made me have to clean up after your mess. I don't want rupees. I need arrows. Oh my god, game, why? Oh, hi. Was I already in here? I think I was already in here. I had to climb somewhere. I don't want to go this way. I want to go a different way, don't I? Whoop. No game. Can I stun you? Good. Can I get my arrow back? Okay, so that was pointless. I just wasted an arrow. Oh, I do want to go that way? Well, she's going to see me, though. Unless I have to go down. We are not going down. Won't she see me? Well, she saw me. We went into the second mini-boss room backwards. Oh. I like how, like, none of them hear him screaming. You know, all the Gerudo are probably like, did anybody hear somebody scream? No. No, I didn't hear a thing. I don't want to go this way. I have no idea where you come from, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's just get the fight started, please. I'm going to definitely enable the option that lets you skip past these dialogues. I'll tell you that. There's really not a whole lot of room here, and I don't like it. Get out of my face. You, get out of my face. Thanks, boy, you're fantastic. I'm Sabaru the Carpenter. Have you seen our boss, boy? He's probably worried about me. I have to get back to him immediately. One more of our workers is still a prisoner. Please save him. Okay, bye. I hope I didn't come from this direction. Number of lit torches in the rooms are the intended order to this fortress. Okay, well that's great that they intended for me to do it a certain way, but I'm not very smart, so... Not this way. Is there any more goodies? Oh, there are. Good. No arrows. Why are you being so stingy, game? You do need to go back to the kitchen room? Oh, okay. Hang on. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. I'm busy being irritated at the stingy game that won't give me arrows, and I've only got 5 left. Okay, I'm in kitchen room. What about their stuff? I want all their stuff. I think I already got the things that work here. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh no, I didn't, because I needed hover boots. Oh no, I did. Oh, hang on. Sorry. There you are. Hi. Yay. I did the thing. Wait a minute. No! You ruined my nice, pretty sunset, you stupid game. See, now the sun's gone. Anyway, I'm guessing that's a place where maybe I can get a fairy if I don't screw it up. Unless, hang on. Okay, never mind, that's what it was. Didn't you say I had to go this way? How am I supposed to go this way? That guard's gonna see me. Wasn't there... Hang on. You lied? Okay. I already went in there. That's not it. And it's also you on a decent delay. True. Twitch is delayed. It does that. My headphones are all sweaty because it's warm in here. It's like I have my window open, I have a fan in it, but it's not really bringing in any cool air because I need to open the other window to do that, and then you'll all hear the lumber mill, and I hate it. Also, I'll hear the lumber mill, and I hate it even more than you do. I don't know which direction I want to go. Hang on. Let's see if... It's an entrance we haven't used, you don't remember where it is. Yeah, I'm pulling out the strategy guide. See if I can figure it out. Wow. Nintendo Power, what were you fucking thinking? Rather than a helpful map, it's like a bird's eye view of the 3D map, with arrows pointing here and there to Secret Grotto, Training Ground, to Gerudo Valley, to Haunted Wasteland, Jail, Gerudo Fortress, and a couple of Skulltulas. And it's like, you can't see the doors. There's an interior, which doesn't help at all. Holy crap. Whoever worked on this book should be fired. It is useless. Well, I can't go that way. I'll go back in here. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't remember either. I can come down here, I guess. That I've already been to. What about in here? I've already been here. Hang on. I don't need rupees. Need arrows. I need to get up there. How do I get up there? Starting to remember something. Oh, this is not the correct way. I need to get up there. Hang on. Game, please don't. I need to go up. Like, it's starting to feel familiar, but... I think it's this one. Hang on. I gotta bring that back. Yeah, this is, I think, the door we haven't used. Yep, there we are. We did do it. Well, not yet. We still gotta defeat the boss. Navi, are you fucking kidding me? Nope. Oh, I got 2 hits in, okay. Sorry you've only had to do this room once in all the randos you've done. That's fine. It's a pain in the ass. I understand why there is a skip. I was afraid you were going to forget about me. Now I'm free. Thanks. I'm Shiro the Carpenter. For rescuing me, I'll tell you something interesting about the desert that I overheard the Gerudos talking about. They said in order to cross the haunted wasteland, you'll need the Eye of Truth. The Colossus is on the far side of the wasteland. Okay, now I'm going back to my tent near Gerudo Valley, so drop by sometime. You may find something helpful there. Bye! Yeah, okay, bye. I've seen your fine work. To get past the guards here, you must have good thieving skills. I used to think that all men, besides the great Ganondorf, were useless, but now that I've seen you, I don't think so anymore. The exalted Nabaru, our leader, put me in charge of this fortress. Nabaru is the second in command to the great Ganondorf, king of the Gerudo thieves. Staying with us late because you want to say the line if you get to it? Nani? Her headquarters are in the Spirit Temple, which is at the end of the desert. Say, you must want to become one of us, eh? Alright then, you're in from now on. Take this. With it, you will have free access to all areas of the fortress. You obtain the Gerudo's membership card. You can get into the Gerudo's training ground in their hideout. From now on, you're free to come and go as you please through the gate to the desert. You'll find the Spirit Temple, where the exalted Nabaru lives, out there in the desert. Thanks, lady. You made this a lot harder on me than you strictly needed to. Where's the exit? Oh. Sorry about killing your friend. Well, I mean, she's not dead. I'm sure she'll wake up eventually from me shooting her in the head. Supposedly there's a grotto here? Flink, you'd make a great femme. Here's your pass. There's a... okay. Oh, thank goodness. There. Touch me, fairies. Touch me. All over my body. What? I wanted a reward for my accomplishments. Healing. I had taken damage, right? I did have a legitimate excuse for that. I don't actually know if I did. I am not doing this minigame, just FYI. Oh look, it's the minigame I always turn off. Yeah, I have done this before as a child, and I hate it. If it is not a required check, I am not doing it. Okay, well that wasn't what I intended to do, but it's good enough. Why am I even collecting these things? Either do the auto win or exclude the checks. That's what I say. I'd be okay with auto win, I think. That way you get an additional check. And it's a free check. Well, it's not free. You gotta do the Gerudo nonsense. Gerudo, whatever. I don't know how it's pronounced. I've earned 0 points in this game. And I don't care. I guess we'll go say hi to the carpenters. You say Gerudo? That's how I think I've been saying it, but it's very easy for me to lose track of words. I mean, do I want a bacon, lettuce, and tomato? Hey, I heard you saved my men. When they returned, we built this bridge. Look at this. Isn't it a fine bridge? They may be wimpy carpenters, but once they all got together, they got the job done. I'm very proud of you all. The desert. That is where Ganondorf, the evil king, was born. If we go there, we might find something. Sure, your shorts or something. You're not wrong. Link has switched from shorts to tights, however. He likes them tights. Hi. Hey, newcomer. Okay, I guess I don't show you what I need. You meant the head carpenter, but it could apply to you two in a positive way. I am wearing shorts. I did switch. Hey, rookie. Are you going into the desert? I'll open this gate for you, but you can't cross the desert unless you pass the 2 trials. The first trial is the River of Sand. You can't walk across this river. After you cross it, follow the flags we placed there. The second trial is the Phantom Guide. Those without eyes that can see truth will only find themselves returning here. You are going anyway, aren't you? I won't stop you. Go ahead. Clap, clap. I can do that too, if I don't bump my mic. And suddenly all the lights turned off. They had a clapper. If you chase a mirage, the desert will swallow you. Only one path is true. Nope. Whoops. I didn't even see that. No! God damn it. I didn't see it. Okay, well. Oh, okay. That's not how that works. Oh, no! What? Okay, so that is how that works. I didn't know that. So apparently, you need divine feats. Game, can I get up off the hill, please? There we go. The hover boots are one way to do it. Yep, I don't even know that I did it that way. What was the other way to do this? The other way is the long shot to buy. Oh yeah, I do have one of those tools, don't I? I can't see anything. Oh, there it is. The lens of truth is probably doing nothing here. I don't remember if there's a... Oh, hi. Oh, it's a big Poe, isn't it? Oh, no, wait. Wait, what is this? Okay, there's a big Poe. Or there is a Poe here. I don't know if it's a big Poe. Huh? Gravity works. Hi. I guess I'll kill you while I'm here. To me. Can I? Can I? Do I need the hover boots now? Really? Okay. Yay! I wasted money. Fairy, touch me. No! Why? Touch me! Yay! Fairy came back. I'm happy. Also, I only have one arrow left. That sucks. Once I get the... Hello? Okay. Loading screen, I guess. Now what? Maybe I do need the hover boots because I was starting to sink in the sand. I'll be your guide on your way, but coming back I won't play. I'll show you the only way to go, so follow me and don't be slow. Okay, I'm following you. Or I'm trying to. There's probably a shorter way to do this if you know the route. Yeah, we just went in a circle. Are you trying to get me killed, you jerk? Just to be able to do this without the lens. Forwards and backwards. Well, you've got a lot more skill than I do then. Ow, stop it. Thanks for the heart. If you want to proceed to the past, you should return here with the pure heart of a child. Your second favorite temple. Oh? That's right, you said the water temple was your first favorite temple, right? If you want to travel to the future, you should return here from the return here with the power of silver from the past. Okay. Oops. Okay, well. Don't believe we can get. Yeah, we can't go here. And I believe this. Hang on. Okay, I have to come here as a kid first. When you go outside, there's a cool fact. Okay. Past, present, future. Bird! The Master Sword is a ship with which you can sail upstream and downstream through Time's River. The port for that ship is in the Temple of Time. To restore the Desert Colossus and enter the Spirit Temple, you must travel back through Time's flow. Listen to this requiem of spirit. This melody will lead a child back to the desert. Oh, it's that bird. Yes, go away, Al. Nobody likes you. You have learned the Requiem of Spirit. So what's the cool fact? The map in the corner looks like a deflated balloon. Okay. I guess it kind of does, yeah. I'm gonna get my hearts back. You're mean. Yeah. This has been Ivan's cool fact. It was certainly a fact. Actually, I don't know if I would... Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of objective, but I guess you could call it a fact. Temple of Time. No. No, it's not the Temple of Time. It's not the Song of Time. It's the Prelude of Light. Fuck. What is it? Okay. But is there a map that looks like an inflated balloon? That's the question. Give me 1 second here. I had to fix something. Don't adjust your shorts in front of the camera, kid. It's not polite. Is this? I don't think this is the right song, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. All of you are here! Stop bothering little kid, you're rude. Hi, lady. I haven't seen you around, kid. What do you want? To see the temple, looking for the sages, nothing really. Looking for the sages. A sage? I don't know anyone like that. Okay, well, nothing really. You have nothing to do. What good timing. Can you do me a favor, kid? Wait a second. I want to ask you first. You wouldn't happen to be one of Ganondorf's followers, would you? What if I am? I hate Ganondorf. Uh-huh. You've got guts. I think I like you. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Nebaru of the Gerudo. I'm a lone wolf thief. Yet you're the one that's in command of the Gerudo. Will you go through this tiny hole and get the treasure that's inside? Heba! Not in front of your salad! But don't get me wrong. Though we're both thieves, I'm completely different from Ganondorf. With his followers, he stole from women and children, and he even killed people. A kid like you may not know this, but the Gerudo race consists only of women. Only one man is born every 100 years. Even though our laws say that lone male Gerudo must become king of the Gerudo. Good thing you're a carnivore tonight. See, Xena would buy you dinner first. Even though our laws say that lone male Gerudo must become king of the Gerudo, I'll never bow to such an evil man. Wait a minute. Lone male Gerudo? Like, what if there's more than one? Are you saying that there could be twins? Actually, that's an interesting thing to think about. What if, instead of one male Gerudo being born every 100 years, there happens to be an instance where twin Gerudo men were born? What happens? Has their culture come up with some sort of, I don't know, significance to that? By the way, what is your name, kid? I want to see a Zelda game where the lone male isn't Ganondorf. That would be neat. Link? What kind of name is that? Well, it's the one of my members of chat, Theo, gave me at the start. Well, anyway, I want to ask you a favor. Will you go through this tiny hole and get a treasure that's inside? Yeah, that is the that is the line. I had forgotten. You were ahead of me on that, Keppa. She really did ask, will you go through this tiny hole and get a treasure that's inside? You did say the line. Lady, that's not appropriate. Can you wait until I'm older? The treasure is the silver gauntlets. Oh, if you equip them, you can easily push and pull very heavy things. No, kid. Don't even think about taking this treasure for yourself. The silver gauntlets won't fit a little kid like you if you try to equip them. I want you to be a good boy and give them to me. It was better when you said it. I mean, you said it right after she said, can you do me a favor, so. Ganondorf and his minions are using the Spirit Temple as a hideout. Only the silver gauntlets will allow me to sneak deep into the temple. Once there, I'm going to steal all the treasure inside and mess up their plans. How about it? Will you do it? Yes. Thanks, kid. You and I, let's give Ganondorf and his followers a big surprise, shall we? If you can successfully get the silver gauntlets, I'll do something great for you. Okay. So, you mentioned that you want to see a Zelda game where the lone male isn't Ganondorf, and that's a neat concept. Something that it kind of was a bit of a worm in my brain at one point. What if there was something that required all three bearers of the Triforce to cooperate? And what if it was like a futuristic setting? You know? Not the, you know, kind of medieval-ish fantasy with sometimes a little bit of high magic tech. Like actual, you know, cities and stuff. Like, it is completely not the Zelda formula. But, like, Ganondorf could be, like, the CEO of a powerful company. And maybe Zelda, you know, having the Triforce of Wisdom, maybe she hears things and people think that that's strange and they, like, put her in some sort of institution, you know, to get help. But, you know, she's still hearing the voices that are telling her that the world is in danger and, like, you know, we need to take action and whatnot. Ganondorf is the CEO of Twitter. I mean, he could be, but I imagine he would, well, no, I mean, in a futuristic environment, you know, social power is a very potent thing to wield. But it's like this concept where the CEO of Grindr. Now that's more like it. But it's like I kind of wanted to see something where it's like Link and Ganondorf actually have to be allies. Maybe only temporarily. Maybe he ends up betraying you at some point, or maybe he actually has to remain an ally throughout the entire story because there's something bigger involved, you know? How would that play out? Now, I know canonically Ganondorf is sort of like the reincarnation of Malice or something like that. I can't remember exactly. It's one of the, not earlier games, but earlier in the timeline. kind of games, which is like, what was it? Was it Skyward Sword? I forget. Because I never got a chance to finish that one, but I've got a rough idea on it. Optional romance path. Exactly! Maybe Link has the opportunity to choose which romance path he's going to go with. The traditional path with Zelda, or maybe the dangerous path with Ganondorf. Demise, thank you. What did I say, Malice? Okay, I was... Yeah, obviously I don't have a very clear memory of what I'd read about this. So yeah, what if, you know? I think that would make for an interesting story. It would be very much not a traditional Zelda game in terms of, like, how they usually paint things. But, you know, it'd be neat to see where it went. And, you know, maybe Link and Ganondorf, see where they go. They might go into a little hole seeking treasure. Oh, okay, I don't want to equip a shield. You know what? Actually, no, let's go ahead. Whoops. Do you come down here? You do not. Okay. I'm gonna go in the little hole first. Oh, I need a key. Okay, well, we're not going this way. Oh, look. There's little boxes I can lift. That's probably needed for something. Jason, get out of there. You freaking scared me. Fine, I'll push you through the other side since you seem to be stuck. Jason? 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 Jason! I think we have a problem. Oh no. Oh no. Ganondorf is your spirit animal physically? I mean, I can see that. But we have a problem. We can't get out of the hole. There's a dog in the way. I can't go backwards out of the hole either. Oh no! I think I'm soft locked. Oh no. Oh no. Well, Jason just wants to be the treasure. Well, unfortunately, Jason, that's not how this works. I was just saying Hyrule Warriors Ganondorf is the hottest one. I don't think I got to play that one. Well, let's try that again. You're inclined to agree, but you like all forms of Ganondorf. Well, I mean, Thirst Ganondorf from Tears of the Kingdom is pretty difficult to beat. Twink of Death Ganondorf. Give me your heart, I'm going to eat it. Whoops. You know, I should pay attention to what's going on around me. I do to defeat you? Oops. I read that too fast. Stop its movement, then destroy it. Yes, rehydrate it, Ganondorf. Yes. Hi. Okay. Give me. Stop it. Wrong button. Bye, bat. Yee. My heart! No, look at them go. Oh, look, they're at the bottom. I just have to hop down there and get it. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Well, that was fun. This was entirely the wrong way, but at least we got to see what's over there, and I got a Skulltula, so yay. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't want to deal with you. Thanks. Can we just make you fall down this thing? Okay. Sorry. Jeez. Use your sword when the light bandages. I hate you very much. Bye, you jerk. Hey, rupee, I didn't need. Yay! I'm so excited. Well, I guess it's a check, so. Alright, what's this do? Oh, it sets things on fire! Wait, what are you? Oops. You love this room? It's a mummy that spins. I don't know that I'm actually doing any damage to it, though. Oh, jeez. Thanks. What do I do about you? Let's see. Can I bomb you? Well, not if my aim is shit. No. Can he use his 3 int? Me? What do you have to say? It's vulnerable to fire. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, do I have to light myself on fire and then go give him a hug? I don't want to give him a hug. That feels needlessly painful. Well, no, that's not going to work, because as soon as I start walking, the fire's going to wear off. So, yeah, I'm going to try this instead. I should hope so. Whoops. Watched for the shadows of the monsters that hang from the ceiling. Could you not, please? Stop. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Oop. No, don't touch me. Ow. No, don't touch me, no! Okay, what was the point of that? Just to get back here faster? Oh, go away. Stop it. Leave me alone. Yay, key. Oh, stop it. Don't touch me. Don't. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No. Okay, I made it. Okay, now that I have a key, what was I supposed to do? Oh, yeah. The room I got stuck in. No, let go. Oh, I think that's a skull tool. Okay. And I have seeds. No, hold on. Let me try that again. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't want to deal with you right now, Mr. Lizard Man. Oh. Oops. That's not what I want to do. Yay. How do I get there? Oh, it's over here. Never mind. Yep. I had a feeling that's what that was going to be. That smile is kind of creepy. Look at it. That is not the smile of a normal person. It almost looks like two smiles. Show me the light. Nope, bye. Boobs. Snake hat and a booba. Oh, and red gem in between them, I guess. These are not the titties you're looking for? I can't get there from here. Hooray, a map. Does he have just like one giant singular nostril? I don't know. Well, whatever. Net game. Cartography. Oh, I missed this. Yay, I can go in a direction. Oh, shoot. Hang on, I need to find something then. Yay, Rick. Oh, wait. I know what to do. Did that open this one? No. Is there a way to climb? No, but I can rub my face on that wall. And I can get grease all over it. Rub, 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 rub. Now the wall is greasy. I have left my mark. stayed up past your bedtime for that line you're going to take off. Well, I appreciate that you stayed up specifically to get that line in before Nabaru did. It was definitely worth it. But thank you for joining me tonight, Keppa, and I appreciate all of your guidance as well. Hope you have a good night's sleep with lots of pleasant dreams, and we will catch you later. Nighty night. Now what do we do? Oh, there's a switch over there. Wait, is that just exit? Do I have to do nothing else in here? Okay, I got what I came for, right? No, wait, I didn't. It's just a map. How? Oh, wait a minute. Is this a door? Oh, I found the... Oh, wait. Nope. Bye. I got confused on doors. Oh, no, it reset. All right, hang on. I know what I'm doing. That's up above me. Usually the camera is a little bit about linking together what it did, but not that time. Oh boy! This looks like delightful fun. How do I get up there? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Since inexplicably I can't climb. Oh, wait, I can climb. Never mind. It's gonna be like, inexplicably, it will not allow me to climb these blocks. But it did. It wasn't inexplicable. Link? Link? Are you okay? You know what? Fine. No. Grab. You know, 3D games sure were refined back in the day. Their controls were flawless. I know it probably doesn't have to be 7, but... Thanks, Navi. I didn't need that. Oops. See, Navi, yes, screwed me up. Yay. But now I gotta do other things. Can I climb? Thank you. Whoops. Well, I got him anyway. Good for me. Really? Where's the other one? Oh, hang on. Put away. I screwed it up. I have missed where the Elvium are. Where's the other one? Let's get rid of that threat before we do something stupid. Okay. So now we're a couple of them. Where's this? Oh, there's one there. Okay. So 1, 2. Could we not? 1, 2, 3. No, I did get that one. That was the first one I got. So 1, 2. What am I missing? Hang on. So fire. 1. 2. I feel like there's a third and it's missing. Oh wait, right there, dum-dum. Holy crap. Sure. Now, where is the chest? Where did you go? Oh, you're all the way over there. Okay. Let me guess. Blue rupee. Oh, a key. Okay. I'll take it. Oops. And this is why we're not good with slingshot. You're a boss. That's what I'm facing. Oh boy, it's you. Hi. I don't think I'm gonna like this at all. I don't think I will. Hi, mister. Can I just have whatever you have and just give me? Like, you have a very nice chair. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. Can we just not do whatever we have to do? You look mean. Fine. You asked for it. Watch out for its axe attack. It hurts a lot. Strike it when it drops its guard. Thanks, Navi. You know what would be great if the camera didn't get blocked. Oh, seriously? Okay. You wanna do that to this one next? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Oops. Bad timing on that. I want more hearts. Can you give me more stuff? I like stuff. Alright, do the thing. Over here. Right here. Come on. Please. Can you hurry it up? Thank you. Can I have more? These things are kind of in the way. Thank you. Oh, you got faster. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I deserve that. I have hearts. Run over here real quick, would you? Thank you. I want that one too. 2 hits, dummy. Pay attention. I'm going to eat your heart. Period. Plural. Hey, what's up, Flink? Oh, could you? Yes, I'm surprised to see you, but that doesn't make me happy. A long time in this world is almost nothing to you, is it? How mysterious. Even I thought that the tales of a boy who could travel back and forth through time was merely a legend. Flink, you have fully matured as an adult. From now on, the future of all the people in Hyrule is on your shoulders. Maybe it's not my time anymore. Here's my last advice. Yay! We're never gonna see him again! 2 witches inhabit this temple. In order to destroy them, turn their own magic power against them. You want to hear what I said again? No. I will continue to watch you. Don't be creepy. You found the silver gauntlets. If you wore them, you would feel power in your arms. The power to lift big things with A. But these gauntlets won't fit a kid. Plus, you promised to give them to Nabaru. You should keep your word. Hey, where are you taking me? Yarg! Let me go. You fiends! Ganondorf's minions! Flink, get out of here, now! These witches, they're using black magic on me! Okay, bye. Well, that would be nice to get, but I don't think I can do that as a child. Oh well, this is fine. Well, we got what we came for. Wrong song, god damn it. Wait. Remember it eventually. I should go restore my health first. Okay, I'm good with bottles. I gotta remember that I can do that. Um... Hang on, is that the song I want? Oh, I can lift heavy things. You why you did those hearts? There. Got my hearts back. Okay. Alright. I think that's gonna do it for tonight. Oh, gosh. Well, I'd say that we made some pretty good progress. We just need to do the adult half of this, and then maybe clean up a few things around Hyrule for a little bit of extra loot or whatever, and when we're ready, we'll go and clobber Ganondorf. Or, well, we'll see. Val, thank you once again for the resub. It is very much appreciated, and not at all required, but I do appreciate the support. One of these days I'll get some more emotes for you guys. Alright, let's see who's on that we can go and say hello to. Since it's so late, let's have a little bit of a chill hello with Robot Spacer. We'll go say hello to him. He's playing a little bit of Nancy Drew. Looks like they might be... Well, it says the Final Sing Part 3. Okay, so I thought it was finishing up his game, but no, it's actually just called the Final Sing. So, that'll do for tonight. We'll see you all next week. Remember that very soon, Friday, we'll be starting to do Friday streams as well, because we're going to be joining Reppin' and Argok for Neverwinter Nights. As we wrap up for tonight, though, I do want to remind you all that you matter, you are important, you are cherished, and you are missed when you're not around. You deserve to be you. You can conquer the challenges that come your way. Have courage, be strong, and until next time, take care. Bye for now.